just what it means to exist with emerging media by virtue of the fact that its very point and core is accessibility. And while the Emerging Media Alliance certainly doesn't claim that Santa Fe is the home of emerging media, we certainly are an excellent hub, as demonstrated by the variety of organizations that Ellie just mentioned, no less than a representative I'm about to introduce. So without further ado, last but certainly not least, it is my pleasure to introduce Corvas Brinkerhoff, who, in addition to being a founding member of the Emerging Media Alliance, is also a founder and the CTO of Meow Wolf here in Santa Fe.
Thank you all for being here. This is a big night. This is a really exciting night for me, for EMA, for Santa Fe. We are charting some plans to really change the landscape of Santa Fe, both internally and our international image. So I'm going to share with you guys a lot about what is EMA. I'm sure you're all wondering what the hell is the thing that we keep talking about tonight. I'm going to tell you what that thing is. But before I do that, I'm going to tell you a little story. It's actually my entire life story. Also, apparently I got my presenter notes in the slides. Thank you, Alan Weber, for being here and helping us get this off the ground. And for the proclamation, how cool was that? That's pretty cool. Thanks to the other speakers. I hope this is the beginning of a long series of events that EMA hosts, where we show you all some of the amazing things and amazing people that are happening right now in Santa Fe. Oh, there's more. Ann Current, Nicole Wasserman, she organized the event. Chris Jonas, Little Globe, Novel, Site Santa Fe, Crime Labs, you can read. These are all organizations who have representatives who are part of the Emerging Media Alliance. This is the best and most active, most important in emerging media in Santa Fe right now. They're all part of the EMA already. And please stop pretending it's okay 4 hours. Please go to get the finish. Don't get to call dad. Okay. I came to Santa Fe 12 years ago in search of one particular object, that motorcycle. That was my plan. There were 3 kind of guiding principles that led me here into that motorcycle. The first one was freedom. I wanted to be a participant of the world. I had only ever been a child and then a student. I wanted to participate, wanted to be in the world, not just looking at it. I would have this crazy idea after art school, or dropping out of art school in my case, but that if the ultimate expression of an artist is, or ultimate creation is self-expression, then the ultimate form of art would be every waking moment, who you are, what you do, your lifestyle. And so you could consider this picture representative of my first painting as a lifestyle artist. I had a guitar, I had camping gear, I had a little bit of food, I had a couple changes of clothes. I was a modular, mobile unit of human consciousness. And the third principle was possibility. I wanted to feel like I was in a world where something new and exciting could happen. Pretty quickly, this happened. This is a photo from what could be considered the first Meow Wolf dance party. There were more than 4 people, just for the record. This place is called the Quadruplex, and it was the energetic center that became Meow Wolf. We did parties. We were all united around a common desire to create. There were writers, there were painters, there were sculptors, dancers, you name it. They were part of our community at the Quadruplex. We were all like aimless, but driven. And music was a huge piece of what we did, both like for the dance party, but also we were bringing in talent from all over the country and having them play music here in Santa Fe, which evolved to a place called Meg's House, which was the next iteration after the Quadruplex, where we had a little basement that fit about 30 people, including the members of the band. We pretty quickly outgrew that. Actually, pretty much like in the first 10 minutes of our first party, we outgrew that. And so here we were, an amazing community, empowered, energetic, inspired. Where do we put that energy? And we looked at Santa Fe. We loved Santa Fe. We wanted to commit to this town, but there wasn't a place to put that energy. And so, alienated by the world around us, with no career prospects and no entry point into the exclusive art world of Santa Fe, we sought to create an environment that gave us room to be ourselves. Enter Meow Wolf. 2008, we started Meow Wolf. Literally everyone was invited. I feel like at the point we're at now in our growth curve, people kind of stop believing this, but I swear it's true. Anybody in the early days could walk into our doors. Often it was unlocked. Like even if nobody was there, we were not the most responsible group at that point. Anybody could show up and be part of the collective. Literally anybody. All you had to do was show up and make work with us. Hopefully you contribute $100 a month and that would pay our rent. Most people didn't, that was fine. We made rent somehow miraculously those first like 3 years where there was really just no business model whatsoever. We also made really ugly art sometimes, as demonstrated by the sculpture in the back of this book. This is where we got our art supplies. In my mind, there are two kind of founding principles when we started Meow Wolf. No permission, no excuses. We were not willing to wait for someone else to tell us, okay, now it's your turn to do the thing that you want to do, to leave the mark on the world that you want to leave. We were going to give ourselves permission to do that. Secondly, no excuses. If we're making art out of trash, so be it. We're making art. We're not going to say, if we had some money, if we had some more time. We're just going to go out and do what we want to do. Armed with that ethos, we proceeded to produce about, we really lost count, we say 25 or 30, depends on who you ask, temporary art exhibitions, starting out in Santa Fe. This is literally, if anybody's played Katamari Damacy, this is literally a ball of trash. That landed at the Linda Durham Gallery. We started getting a little notoriety. We went to Chicago. We made this piece there. We traveled all over the country, making work, pouring time and money into this. There was no money coming back at this point. It was just a complete labor of love. This is our first attempt at theater, and my dear friend David, which was, I think, an amazing theater piece that nobody saw. I do think it was actually quite good. So we produced a lot of material, and we learned that we've got to find a way to sustain this. In 2011, we made this exhibition here in Santa Fe at the Center for Contemporary Art. It was called The Do Return. It's an interdimensional vessel that travels through space, time, dimensions, is retrofitted with alien technology. It's about 3,000 square feet of traversable space inside the ship itself. We carved out pieces of the ship and gave that to different artists to make. This is a marker of all of our work, is we create a larger conceptual container and then let artists kind of like explode within their personal containers. This is I put this in here because this is one of our first really deep tech pieces. This was the control room of the ship. For detail-oriented people, you might notice the Mac OS X screensaver over there. That wasn't on purpose. This is the back of the ship. What this all boiled down to was 25,000 visits in 3 months at a $10 suggested donation. Most of those people paid it. And overnight, we went from, deep financial ruin, basically, to, holy shit, like, what do we do with all this cash? Like, literally, our CEO, Vince, was stuffing cash in a shoebox and hiding it under his bed. We just didn't know what to do with it. And This marks our, oh shit man, I think there's actually a business model here. It's a pretty exciting moment. That was followed by 3 years of desperately trying to convince anyone with money that this business model was a good idea. It was pretty hard to convince people to give lots of money to a ragtag group of like nerdy art kids who just want to make psychedelic, otherworldly environments. But, oh yeah, very, very sad. Very sad. Then this guy came in. George R. Martin. And he said, I think I get this crazy idea. I think there's something here. I'll buy you this building. And you can raise the remaining $2.7 million it's going to take to build the thing, but at least you have a building. And we formed a company. We structured the art collective, we built teams, we built hierarchies, and we went to work. This is our wiring plan. This is that's a nightmare for me, but hopefully pleasant for you guys. And yeah, we went to work. That was a big deal. The scissor lift, that was $6,000. We bought a big spider. We bought a big robot. And we opened House of Eternal Return in March of 2016. As most of you probably know, it made a big splash. It far surpassed anybody's wildest expectations. We're at this point just finished our second year, and we're at 500,000 visitors a year. 2 million web visits per year. This is a real number. I swear, if John finds that this is fake, we'll come before you again. 4.4 billion impressions in the last 6 months online. There's like 7 or 8 billion people like that. Okay, $1.5 billion in economic impact. This is from a New Mexico State Economic Development report that they had commissioned on Meow Wolf. And I think that's actually kind of conservative. What does this all mean? So, okay, cool, Meow Wolf's doing really well, that's great. But what does this actually mean for the rest of the world? This isn't just a Meow Wolf thing, this isn't just a Santa Fe thing. This is a movement. And we hit a vein. That vein is what EMA is about. That's what we're really here for. You can look at new media arts festivals. They're popping up all over the world, and they're experiencing record growth every year. Light festivals are sprouting up, ballooning worldwide, taking over huge metropolises with projection mapping and light-based art installations. And immersive experiences are exploding in every dimension of that market. It's like it's a movement, absolutely. You can see it in groups like Team Lab from Tokyo. Everything they seem to produce goes viral online. Most of you have probably seen an image or a video of this installation they did. You can see it in the line wrapping the corner and going down the street at the Broad Museum. You can see it in the huge popularity of immersive theater projects like Sleep No More. And you can see it at Day for Night, an amazing music festival that is staffed with A-list, super cool. Like honestly, the curation on the music side is unbelievable, but the art installations are better. And if you ask people, why are you here, they want to experience the art installation. Cool. There's, I saw 9 Inch Nails last year. That's great. I came for the art though. It's a real, actually that's a good plug, because my friend is the curator for Day for Night, but this is a really cool thing that happens in Houston, I have to say. And of course, where you all are, I put standing, that was I missed that one. Where you all are sitting right now. Current. Yeah. I can't express, as someone who's been in Santa Fe for 12 years, how grateful I am for the work that Currents is doing and the amazing work they pull together from all over the world and bring it right here into our community. Just so proud of what they do. And it's free. I mean, they're walking the walk. So there is a groundswell And Santa Fe is at the epicenter of it right now. So let's zoom out a little bit. What is emerging media? Emerging media is the bleeding edge of where art, science, and technology meet. What is the promise of emerging media? In my opinion, the promise of emerging media is to redefine our relationship as human beings to technology and to science. For me and my work at Meow Wolf, that means redefining our relationship to technology in a way that makes it, that opens up new avenues of what technology can mean. So technology right now has been about efficiencies and making an interconnectivity, making things in the world work better and be more connected to each other. Obviously, that's raised everybody's standard of living as a very significant thing. But can technology be magical? Can it be wondrous? Can our relationship to it be inspiring and help reconnect us with the things that make us human, like our imagination? That's the redefining that I'm working on with Meow Wolf. But everybody in emerging media has their own answer to that question. How am I redefining our relationship to these world-changing things? Okay, so EMA, what is it? Finally, the thing you guys have been sitting here for 30 minutes waiting to find out. Thank you for humoring me and my story. Okay, from a 10-year view, positioning Santa Fe as an international hub of emerging media. So when we started EMA, it wasn't that long ago, 6 months ago, 9 months ago, just a small group, 5 or 6 people starting out. We said, what is the most impactful thing we can do on our community, looking at the long view, 10 years out? What does success look like? And the answer to that is really amending and updating an already inspired and super famous and very, very important image of Santa Fe. But it's an image that, until maybe in the last couple of years, stuck. It maybe for 10 years or 20 years, it didn't really, there wasn't a lot of movement. And so we're gonna update that picture. 3 strategic pillars of how we're gonna do that. So, okay, that's an ambitious goal. How are you gonna do it? First, it starts with you guys. We're gonna create reasons for you all to connect with each other, to connect with the other members of the EMA community, and we're gonna catalyze that community and help foster connectivity and just really amplify what is already here. Second, we're going to build a megaphone. So this is ostensibly a marketing project, right? Like it's about shouting out to the world, look at these amazing things that are going on in Santa Fe. And then third, and my favorite personally, international thought leadership. So we're going to establish EMA as an international brand. It's your trusted source, no matter where you are in the world, for authoritative, enlightening, interesting content around emerging media. In so doing, we're going to shine some of that light and bounce that attention back into Santa Fe and help raise the profile of Santa Fe and the community that's here. Here's our org chart. I'm going to go over this quickly. We've got member organizations, which I named earlier. Each one has a representative. They sit in the advisory council. That group meets once a month. We're all volunteers. We raise money. We contribute resources. We do strategic planning. Most importantly, we're action-oriented. I think the easiest way to kill a great idea is to sit around and talk about it too much. What we do is we make things happen. Everybody in this advisory council is committed to working on EMA and making it better. If they're not, it's not the right place for them. What comes out of this is ad hoc work groups that organize around different projects. There's a membership committee. We do have a membership review process. That's who does that. And then we have a marketing team, which is a mix of volunteer labor, pro bono labor, and a little bit of, we do have one paid staffer right now doing social media marketing. And then, of course, there's all of you, hopefully. There's the members. This is the content here. This is the heart. The membership is the heart of the organization. So quickly looking at what does it mean to be a member of EMA. access to our network. Especially if you're establishing yourself in this field, I don't think you're going to find a more direct way to evolve your career and your direction than to connect with this network. It's just so strong. Like the representation we have in this group is so strong. It's an incredible network. Secondly, you get visibility. So you get a profile page on our website. You get promotion through our social media channels, and we're writing blogs, and we distribute a lot of content. Thirdly, you get free admission to all our events. They're going to be free for a while until we feel like we get a critical mass, but they won't be free forever. And lastly, you have an opportunity to get involved with an amazing team. And we really hope that some of you will do this and become volunteers and become part of the EMA movement. A couple quick highlights, considering that we haven't, today is our official launch. We've already raised $43,000 in committed donations. We've raised another about 150 in in-kind contributions. That includes design work and PR work from Meow Wolf, a website from Mindshare Labs, social media management from Simply Social Media, video production from 12 FPS, and a bunch of other things that are too many to name. We've already seen a huge response in terms of building that megaphone. So 676,000 people have been reached already by EMA's social media platform, 90,000 video views, and 10,000 fans and followers between Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So this thing's going. This is rolling. This is my last slide. Next step. I'm going to keep this really simple. Eat free food. Drink drinks. We wanted them to be free. It's illegal. Sorry, you have to pay for that. We really push for that. Dance to music. We've got DJ Paul Federici, arguably the best DJ in Santa Fe. And then Chris Barron, who is a super talented DJ, is going to be doing visual effects as well. It's going to be right here on the stage. Talk to us. All of the members of the advisory council are wearing these tents. Come find us. We want to talk to you. And then please consider becoming a member. There should be sign-up forms here outside of this little theater. You can also go on our website, emergingmedia.io, and put in an application there. And that's it. Please just follow these steps in order is the only thing I ask. That's my talk. Thank you guys for being here.